Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going way, way back. Further back than you might even think is possible.
Yeah, we're talking before the pyramids, before Stonehenge.
Exactly. Forget all that for a moment. We're heading to Göbeklitepe. It's this incredible site tucked away in the hills of southeastern Turkey.
And it's not just old, well, it changes everything. Over 11,000 years old. A temple, these stone circles, it's just astounding.
Okay, let's dive right in then. What makes Göbeklitepe so revolutionary? I mean, it was found back in the 90s, right?
Right, but the implications, they're still sinking in, really. The discovery just sent these huge shockwaves. Because it's older than writing. It's older than the first cities we knew about. And, this is the kicker, it's older than farming.
Older than farming. So wait,
Yeah.
our whole picture of civilization, settling down, growing crops, then building big stuff.
Exactly, that whole model, the neat progression. Göbeklitepe just flips it completely on its head.
So what's truly fascinating here, then, is how it forces us to rethink what early humans could even do, right?
Absolutely. You could almost call it the 0 point of history from an artistic, maybe even a cultural standpoint, the birthplace of something huge.
So our mission today for this deep dive is really to explore that, the art, the mysteries,
Yeah.
how it rewrites the human story.
That's the plan, to unpack what we know and maybe even more importantly, what we still don't.
Okay, so paint a picture for us. What does it actually look like on the ground there?
Imagine these massive T-shaped pillars. Huge. Some are like 6 meters tall, weighing maybe 20 tons.
20 tons.
Yeah, and they're arranged in these perfect circles. And they're not just blank stone and air. They're covered in these amazing carvings, animals mostly.
And the T shape itself. I've read some people think they represent humans or maybe gods. Stylized figures.
That's a very strong theory, yes. Like guardians or maybe ancestor figures watching over the space. It adds another layer of meaning.
And the timeline. Just put that in perspective again.
Okay, get this. It's around 9,000 years before the Great Pyramids in Egypt.
9,000.
And about 6,000 years before Stonehenge. I mean, it's just mind-bogglingly ancient.
So the old idea, the Neolithic Revolution model, that farming led to villages, which led to complex societies and big buildings.
That model basically put places like Çatalhöyük in Turkey around 6,000 BCE, or Mesopotamia and Egypt much later, around 3,000 BCE, as the start of this kind of thing.
But Göbeklitepe blows that up.
Completely. It suggests maybe, just maybe, the monumental building came before, or perhaps alongside, the settling down and farming. A total reversal.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me then. The paradox. The builders, they were hunter-gatherers.
That's the core of it. They hadn't settled down. They weren't farmers with permanent homes and fields. They were still moving, hunting, gathering.
And they built this without ever plowing a field.
So what does that actually imply about how things develop? You said it flips our understanding.
Well, it implies a massive shift. We always assumed first you settle, then you farm. Then you get organized enough, maybe wealthy enough, to build temples.
Yep. Göbeklitepe suggests maybe it was the other way around. Maybe the need to come together for these huge communal projects, maybe religious, maybe social, that spurred people to gather.
So the act of building together, the shared belief, actually drove the settling process.
It's a powerful possibility. Maybe it encouraged them to stick around longer in one place, maybe eventually leading to farming, just to feed everyone involved in these massive periodic gatherings.
And how do we know they were hunter-gatherers? What's the evidence?
It's in the archaeology. The animal bones found are all wild species. There are no signs of domesticated animals like sheep or goats, no cultivated grains like wheat or barley, just the wild stuff they'd have found naturally.
So it's not just a guess. It's based on what they left behind.
Exactly. What they ate, what they used, it points clearly to a hunter-gatherer lifestyle.
Okay, let's talk about the art itself. These animal carvings. You mentioned foxes, snakes.
Yes, foxes, snakes, scorpions, lions, vultures, cranes, a whole menagerie carved in relief. Really detailed work.
No writing, obviously.
Yeah.
But you said they're full of meaning. Clearly not just random doodles.
Definitely not random. There's clear intention there. The placement, the choice of animals, it all feels symbolic.
So what was the purpose? Were they telling stories? Were these spirit animals? Guardians, maybe? Or is it just art, the earliest art?
I'd argue it's profoundly artistic. The detail, the skill, the planning. This isn't just scratching on rocks.
Right.
This is deliberate design. It's symbolic imagery. And crucially, it feels like collaborative expression. It might be the birth of art as a shared ritual, cultural thing.
But could it have been purely functional? Like part of a ritual, but not art in the way we
Mm.
think of it today. Is that distinction even useful here?
That's a fantastic point. We do tend to project our modern ideas back, but the sheer effort, the level of detail, it feels like it goes beyond pure function.
Yeah, I mean, think about the feat involved.
Yeah.
Building this before metal tools.
So no metal tools, no pottery yet, not even the wheel.
So they're using stone tools to carve stone.
Precisely. Flint tools, probably obsidian. Imagine the patience, the skill required.
And working together.
Yeah.
Lifting these massive stones, carving these intricate shapes, telling stories without a written language. It suggests a powerful driving force.
Something deeper than just survival, absolutely. A need to, I don't know, mark their place, speak to the cosmos, leave something behind.
It's like one of the world's oldest art exhibitions. A museum made of stone and stars and secrets.
That's a great way to put it. And it raises so many questions, doesn't it?
Like how? How did these small bands, you said maybe 40 people usually live together.
Yeah.
How do they suddenly coordinate hundreds, maybe thousands for this?
Exactly. The organization required is staggering for people who weren't living in large permanent settlements. Where did the workers come from? How were they fed? How was it all managed?
And the carving itself.
Yeah.
The precision with just stone tools. It's hard to wrap your head around.
The logistics are just mind-boggling.
And then there's the stones themselves, these T-pillars. They came from 40 kilometers away.
An astounding distance, yes. 40 kilometers. Think about moving multi-ton blocks that far without wheels, probably using log rollers, ropes, and sheer human power.
Why? Why not build closer to the quarry? Why haul them all that way?
We don't know. Perhaps those specific stones from that specific location had some special significance, or maybe the journey itself was part of the ritual.
It just adds layer upon layer of mystery.
And there's another puzzle too. Some of the circular structures have these inner rooms, but apparently no doors or entrances?
No doors, so
Wow.
sealed rooms. What on earth could they have been for?
Right, maybe ritual chambers, maybe something symbolic. We can only speculate. It really makes you think about how different their world, their beliefs might have been.
It helps maybe to remember that even today, there are isolated groups.
Exactly. Like some tribes in the Amazon or North Sentinel Island, people living essentially Stone Age lifestyles, completely separate. It shows how different groups can coexist at vastly different stages of development.
So Göbeklitepe reminds us that this kind of variation, this complexity in early societies, was possible long, long before we thought.
It shatters any idea of a single linear path for human progress.
Okay, and then there's maybe the most, I don't know, haunting part, the burial.
Ah, yes. After centuries of use, maybe 1,500 years or so, the entire site was deliberately buried, covered over with earth.
By the people who used it.
It seems so, carefully, intentionally filled in. A massive undertaking in itself.
Why? Why bury something so incredible? Was it to protect it? Like a time capsule?
That's one theory, an act of preservation, maybe sending a message through time.
Or was it something else? Like ritually closing it, moving on? Maybe their beliefs changed.
It's one of the biggest unanswered questions. Such a huge effort to build, then another huge effort to bury. It speaks volumes about its importance, but we don't know what it's saying.
So let's try to wrap this up. Göbeklitepe.
Oh.
It's just this profound statement from the deep past.
Absolutely. Its age is unprecedented. It completely shakes up the timeline of civilization.
And it shows this deep, early human drive towards art, towards ritual, towards complex society, way earlier than we thought possible.
Yeah, connecting it to the bigger picture. It forces a total rethink. Sophisticated organization, abstract thought, huge collaborative projects. These weren't just things that came after farming. They were there somehow among hunter-gatherers.
It paints a totally different picture of who we were back then.
A much more complex, capable, and maybe mysterious picture.
So for you listening, what stands out most? For me, maybe it's this idea. Long before we even had a word for art, humans needed to create. They needed to make symbols to leave a mark.
That inherent drive seems incredibly ancient.
What does Göbeklitepe tell us about that human spirit then and now?
Yeah.
And maybe, what else is still out there? What other hidden histories are buried, waiting to change our story all over again?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?